what's important to remember is that the advisory itself, which was announced on Friday, and it's quite substantial, it doesn't actually do anything with respect to changing the rules of the road as of today. However, it does indicate the direction of travel. And the direction of travel from a policy perspective is more is potentially coming. And there's a lot more the US could do. And then, of course, the real variable here that we've never seen before from a US sanctions perspective is the ability for other countries to retaliate. And China has made it very, very clear in the national security law and, of course, in regulations that MOFCOM put out just in June, that there is retaliation that could potentially be imposed as well. And so the challenge here for business is a degree of uncertainty that they've never seen. It's one thing not to know what Washington will do next. Now they will not necessarily know what Washington will do next, and then how Beijing will respond to that. And that's the real uncertainty that will need to be navigated in the near term.
What else is the US likely to do, as you were just potentially foreshadowing there?
Well, I mean, what's interesting is what the US hasn't done yet. So as you said, this advisory came alongside the designation, the sanctioning of 7 mainland officials. All in all, with respect to Hong Kong, 42 officials, including Carrie Lam, as you said, have been sanctioned. What's absent thus far are any sanctions on organizations, entities, institutions. Right now, it's just individuals, which is difficult, obviously, with individuals, and certainly individuals that have senior roles makes it difficult for US parties and others that want to comply with US sanctions to engage with them. But the real difficulty would be that if institutions themselves, organizations were sanctioned, that those are the parties that US business, international business need to engage with on a day-to-day basis. That's what would, I really think, really change the nature of sort of engagement and risk for parties in Hong Kong.
Will US interests stop doing business in Hong Kong, or is there any evidence perhaps to suggest that US companies are perhaps heeding some of the rhetoric and limiting the amount of business that they're doing in Hong Kong?
I mean, as of yet, no. I really haven't seen any. And it doesn't mean that it's not coming. It certainly doesn't mean people aren't planning to sort of think about other jurisdictions they could base Asian operations in. Of course, Hong Kong has for generations been a place of sort of the gateway, not just to China, of course, but really to Asia for many, many major multinationals. I know many companies are looking around, be it to places like Singapore and others, to see if there are other places that they could potentially base their operations. As of today, of course, Hong Kong still has an unbelievable amount of human capital that many companies still need. And so I think that even though people may decide eventually to move on, to be it to Singapore or elsewhere, I think right now there's just too much opportunity still in Hong Kong and too much of the capital that's needed, not just financial capital, but human capital, to do the business that needs to be done.